Imagine being so rich that you no longer know what to invest in. Having so much money that you can no longer be satisfied earning $15 billion overnight. Being able to buy an entire island and wanting to be its dictator. That's what Larry Ellison did, and this is his kingdom. Hawaii is a paradise that attracts 10 million tourists each year. However, things had changed. Since 2012, it has been a little less accessible. One of the archipelago's 8 islands, Lanai, was sold about 12 years ago. The price? $300 million. An insane amount to many, but not to this buyer. Indeed, to Larry Ellison, $300 million is insignificant, considering that his wealth in 2024 is $121 billion. But who is Larry Ellison? Larry Ellison was born in 1944 and is an entrepreneur and computer scientist. But the reason he's so wealthy is he is the co-founder of Oracle. According to Forbes, he is currently ranking as the 5th richest man in the world, only behind Bernard Arnault, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Mark Zuckerberg. Some interesting details about his personal life are that he has been married 4 times and has 2 children. He has a pilot's license and owns 2 planes, an Italian training plane and a decommissioned Russian fighter jet. He is also a boat enthusiast, so much so that he was the owner of one of the largest yachts in the world and the founder of an America's Cup boat. He has a collection of classic cars and owns the Indian Wells tennis complex. He has an immense and varied estate. Between 2004 and 2005, he bought about 12 mansions in Malibu, in addition to a residence in Rhode Island and a grandiose California mansion costing $15 million, which he actually renovated for $200 million. Ellison has been called by his biographer a modern Genghis Khan. When the pandemic came along, Ellison was one unhappy camper, so he moved from San Francisco Bay to Lanai in 2020, of which he acquired 98% of the territory, including 90,000 acres of land, 2 Four Seasons resorts, and a small town of 3,200 people. The island, however, is not new to this kind of transaction. In fact, the person who sold it is another entrepreneur, Rupert Murdoch. And he is certainly not the first. Other private individuals have preceded him taking possession of this piece of paradise since the 19th century. Ellison's intent has always been to turn the island into a luxury, self-sufficient tourist destination featuring sustainable agriculture and powered by renewable energy. In short, a visionary, long-term project, but most importantly to Ellison, exclusive. He would have liked to build a complex of 50 villas in the southwest part of the island and a 3rd resort. To improve air connections, he also intended to expand the airport with a 2nd runway, in addition to buying Island Air, which he later sold and declared bankruptcy in 2023. He had a desalination plant planned as well to support a future expansion of Lanai City. Although these projects were not realized, the new master instead wasted no time in renovating one of the 2 resorts for the modest sum of $450 million. Broadcaster CNBC entered one of them, the Four Seasons Resort Lanai, where guests are treated like royalty. Each experience is personalized, with physical and mental goals being achieved in the spa, which also monitors nutrition and sleep. One can also dine at the high-end Japanese Nobu restaurant, whose ingredients are partially sourced from a local hydroponic greenhouse powered by panels. One is greeted by a multi-million-dollar collection of Polynesian art, koi carp ponds, a botanical garden, and 2 main swimming pools adorned with waterfalls. There is also a golf course designed by former golfer Jack Nicklaus and frequented by Bill Gates, who married right here on the 17th hole. Horseback riding, free yoga classes, airplane flights, or having fun in a park with ropes and zip lines are also activities you can experience. Staying here costs a minimum of $1,075 per night, while the most luxurious suite requires $21,000 a night. In the first 4 months since the purchase, the tycoon has changed his kingdom in other ways as well. He built an Olympic-sized swimming pool, a water filtration plant, renovated a historic movie theater and some commercial buildings, plus significantly increased employment to 98%. So, all is well? Not quite. These projects have attracted both wealthy residents and new skilled workers to the area who have occupied the few available residences, causing housing costs and rents to soar. Because of this, many local residents have been forced to leave their land, while work on new residences exclusively for rent has been slow to begin. Ellison has visited Lanai several times since 2012, always keeping his distance from the population. But since the start of the pandemic, his control over the territory has gradually tightened. In fact, he has bought dozens of houses and businesses and imposed 30-day contracts on all business premises, which are renewable and can be changed according to his needs. This, in effect, prevents anyone else from opening businesses and contributes to the great economic uncertainty. The inhabitants, some of whom have lost their jobs precisely because of the new feudal lord's decisions, fear that for him, their future is a mere game. What is happening on the island is the implementation of a miniature gentrification phenomenon, with the difference that here, you are being kicked out of paradise.